Today I'm going to show you how to create your own nature journals. It's really easy.
So again, very slowly, breathing in through your nose, down the pipe, filling the abdomen out with air. I liken this to filling up a balloon.
Show you how to make your own bird feeder with stuff you have around the house or even in your backyard.
In today's video, I'm going to be talking about some parasitic plants that you can find all around Massachusetts.
Property that I'm standing on right now was bought in 1758. Well, now you're inside the house. We're in the hallway. And I'm going to just backtrack a teeny and notice the ceiling.
Down this section of the Concord River Greenway, you'll come across multilingual signage in 3 different languages in addition to English, Spanish, Portuguese, and Khmer. We hope that you'll enjoy them, and there's a curriculum online that's attached to these signs as well. Behind me, you'll see Wamasett Falls. Behind that is a Deneel fish ladder, the Centennial Island fish ladder.
I'm here today with my friends Shay and Julian, and we're here to talk to you about water. Water is something we probably don't put much thought into.
In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I created this solitary bee hotel specifically designed for mason bees. Exploring the history of botanical illustration, flower formulas, and also creating a plant portrait of Solomon's seal. In today's video, we will be doing a flower dissection activity using this lily right here. We will be looking at all of its component parts from petal to pistil.
I'm going to show you today the wonderful trees that you can find on this property and how to calculate the benefits that they give us.
Here at West Meadow, and today we will be going on a little tour doing some basic plant ID together, as well as creating an event map for this beautiful natural area.
Hello, everyone. I'm Senator Ed Markey. I'm so sorry that I'm unable to join you in person today, but I didn't want your event to pass without thanking you for the important work that you are doing to protect our natural resources and for serving as stewards of our environment. Just last month, I joined with Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez in reintroducing the Green New Deal in Congress, which sets a series of ambitious but achievable goals for our country to be the leader in changing the way in which we treat this God-given, wonderful planet that we live in. And we need to be the United States of America. We need to be the leader in protecting our planet for your generation and for every future generation to follow. And given that so much of what we are trying to accomplish with the Green New Deal is for you, the young people of the world, it's very heartening for me to see you so passionately involved in making a difference in your community. And I want to thank the Lowell Parks and Conservation Trust, your executive director, Jane Calvin, and partner organizations like the Mass Audubon Society, the Lowell National Historic Park, Drummond Farm, and Lowell Public Schools for working with you. And of course, I want to thank Katie Durkin Cook, Sally Farrow, and Michelle Pizzolo, who I know have been working closely with you to not only educate you on environmental issues, but to help you put that education to work in real hands-on projects right in your own backyard. I think it's fantastic that the Lowell Parks and Conservation Trust not only starts working with kids in the summer after 8th grade through the Compass Environmental Adventures program, but then builds on that through the teens representing environmental excellence and stewardship program, or as you guys call it, trees. When classmates, before you decided to form trees, it proved to be yet another example of how the young people in the Lowell community are making a positive difference for our planet's health. And the Environmental Youth Task Force, which, as I understand it, is a branch, so to speak, of the TREES program, allows you to continue this important work as you move or get ready to move from high school into your college years. It is just so great to be with you. It's just inspiring for me to learn about the work you've done and continue to do, from creating a rain garden on the grounds of Lowell High School to working with the school cafeteria workers on food waste and sustainability issues, and even leading your own environmental youth conference that includes not just local teenagers, but other youth groups nationwide. At some point, I hope to see some of those projects firsthand and actually get to meet you in person. But until then, please know that you have a good friend and a partner and a strong supporter in the United States Senate. I believe in everything that you believe in. I believe we can make this a better country and a better world. And I just can't thank you enough for all that you have done and will continue to do throughout your lives to protect this beautiful planet of ours. You are the leaders. Young people are leading on climate change, leading on environmental issues, and now generations before you are starting to follow your leadership. That's what the Green New Deal is all about. That's what you're all about. And I'm just so honored to be with you here today. Thank you for everything that you are doing.
I think I would say what I saw the day I found them was magical, because I was going over to look and see if anybody came out, any turtle came out, and lo and behold, there were two of them.
It's really hard to remember with these guys how small they were. They weighed probably on average about 9 grams. Yep. How much do they weigh on average now?
150 is the average, 180 is the largest, and 112 is the smallest.
Somewhere between, what does that make it, about 15 and 20 times heavier these turtles are. Fairly fast growing. Can you imagine if your 6-pound kid was 120 pounds when she was, you know, 9 months old?
And put the 2 turtles down, and I said, this is magical. You know, to see that they came out of that hole and that the 2 of them were there. And one of the husbands of one of the neighbors came to get, what can I do? And it was thundering and lightning. What can I do? I said, oh my goodness, I'm saving turtles here.
Yeah.
So it was magical, I would say.
I love the community aspect of how many people were involved in a project like this to take care of these 8 turtles. It wasn't just one person or one organization, it was a group of people, and that's special.
You know, this project that Lee, you know, started and got us wrapped up in is a really good example of, I think, what it will take to do a lot of conservation for rare species, you know, not only here in Drayton and Lowell or in Massachusetts, but also around the world. Because, you know, as we know, there are a lot of us, and a lot of the other species that live in the world are really squeezed. And many of them, if we want to have them around, whether it's Blanding's turtles or tigers, you know, or polar bears, many kinds of plant species, want to have them around, we're going to need people to intentionally work on their behalves. And so the state depends on, conservation efforts depend on people, first off, knowing some of the rare animals and plants that live around them and looking for them and then reporting them, you know, like was done here. In a place with a little more cover. So if you want to go, Maeve, you know, if you can make it out to like the little channel between those tussock sedge clumps, yeah, we'd go.
You know, my sister was involved, my sister Carolyn, and once I heard that there were turtles, because I love turtles and I love frogs and I love animals, so I said, I definitely have to get involved in this. And honestly, see, now I will start crying. I've loved them. And just, I wish I had seen them, you know, from the inception, but I didn't. But I definitely saw growth.
So how about right here?
Great. Bye, guys. Good luck. Happy life. Love you guys.
Happy turtles.
And these guys definitely do a lot of checking around. It's like, okay, this does not look like my tank.
Because I did see them when they were all in one tank, and it would be so funny to come in and they would all be right there looking. But yeah, what I noticed really is that they do have their own personalities, and you know, people who think animals have no feelings, you know, it's just all instinct. Totally disagree with that.
Oh, I'm gonna miss you so much.
Oh, good for you. Tiny Tim is very smart about chlorophyll.
There he goes.
Tiny Tim went right for cover.
So I want to welcome you to the Connector Trail. This is the future site of the Connector Trail that's going to extend the Bruce Freeman Rail Trail into the city. It's also part of the larger Bay Circuit Trail. We're so excited to have this done. As you can see, I'm walking along. There's this aerosol art corridor here. You might want to call this graffiti, but I've learned a lot about graffiti. There's a whole hierarchy of artists and how they communicate with each other and how they police each other out here. They write over each other's artwork. It's constantly moving. They give each other permission to write over it, and there's different caliber of aerosol art out here. It's really fascinating to come out here and watch it over time. Unfortunately, it's an illegal activity, and we're hoping to make this the first sanctioned place for public art, aerosol art in the state, because there is no permanently sanctioned place for aerosol art in the state right now. So we're hoping to build that into this trail extension. So essentially the trail is going to, the Bruce Freeman Rail Trail ends at Cross Point, and it's going to extend onto the Lowell Connector. You might even hear the highway above me right now. And it's going to extend all the way to the back of the Target parking lot. So from where I'm standing, this is Cross Point, and in this direction is the Bruce Freeman Rail Trail. They cut over to the Concord River Greenway through the city cemeteries. There's a bus stop there and everything, and that's all part of the Bay Circuit Trail. Or you can travel along the edge of the Target parking lot and River Meadowbrook, and that'll take you right to the LRTA terminal. So we're really excited about all the connections that this one connector trail makes. So once again, just so excited that this is happening this summer. We're so excited to have you all be part of the celebration for making sure that this happens and helping us make this happen. We're grateful to our Senator Kennedy, who helped bring an earmark in. There's a grant from the Gateway Cities program that came to the city, and the Jarvis Auto Dealership also gave the city an easement to make this corridor happen. So we're super excited, and we're so grateful to have all your support. Thank you.
So what we're planting today is a paper bark maple, Acer gricium. It's a pretty cool medium-sized tree. So we're going to dig a saucer-shaped hole. It's only going to be at the full depth of the root flare in the middle, and the sides slope in. This particular system is called the grow bag. And there's a bunch of different ways you can do this, but we like to kind of start the cut, get it started so that when it's in the hole we can kind of peel it off. So we measured the root flare, which is this area here where we start to see structural roots, and the main stem has a lot of taper. So you can use anything to do this. You can use a stick, you can use your shovel handle or a rake, but you kind of want to prod the dirt, try to get it to settle, get the air pockets out. Yeah, this is good. There we go. Kind of like a chocolate pudding, I guess. We're gonna add some more dirt. Here, the tree looks pretty straight and everything's going good. You want to apply mulch. You don't want it too thick. You want to mulch wider around the tree versus deeper. So 2 to 3 inches thick on the mulch. Do a bunch of circles around the tree with my Zen rake here. So, but nothing's better than just kind of getting down here. I like to pack the mulch down a little bit too, because if you get a heavy rain, it can all wash out really easily. You want to avoid piling the mulch up around the tree, and you want to pull it back away from them. You don't want it touching the trunk of the tree too much. It happens in nature, but you don't want to mound it up around the tree, and you don't want to suffocate this root flare. So you want to maintain that kind of bowl shape so that you can keep the water from just sheeting off and going down the hill. that's basically it.
And today we are at Jolene Dubner Park, and we're pulling out like invasive plants and planting native ones.
I joined the EYTL for many reasons. It was fun, gets me outside and gets
Hello, I'm Sophia, and I go to Lowell High, and I really like this environmental program because I like helping out the environment.
So my name is Dave Dishaw. I'm an environmental educator with the Lowell Parks and Conservation Trust at beautiful Jolene Dubner Park, one of our properties. Today we actually did some work here to build a little section of a pollinator garden, with our environmental youth task force. And we were fortunate to be able to do this thanks to the micro grant that we have from the Smithsonian, which helped fund to get the plants and some of the mulch and the things that we did today. Really grateful for that. And really impressed with what the kids were able to do today. Everyone pitched in and we had a great time. And now we're just going to watch and see how this progresses over the next months and years.
I'm here, I'm William. I'm standing on the northern tip of Centennial Island. If you look to the right of me, or your right at least, you can see the Concord River right here, right along the Concord Greenway. If you just look straight ahead, you can kind of see Jolene Dubner Park all the way down there. And I'm actually living this at the same time as you guys. This is my first time here as well. This is really a hidden gem of Lowell. I never knew this existed here, and it's really a sight to see. I'm sure you guys can agree. It really is something.
So what are we standing on right now?
Because we're actually standing on the future bridge that's going to connect us over there to the Centennial Apartments. And this is going to connect the whole Concord Greenway all the way down, and hopefully it will connect at the end to Jolene Dubner Park.
So when is the bridge going to be installed?
Great question. The bridge is about to be installed. We're looking at mid-July soon, and we'll see this bridge connect over there to Centennial Apartments. And it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be a great connection to the Concord Greenway. So I'm actually really excited for this addition to the Concord River Greenway because if I didn't mention this, I go to UMass Lowell. I just finished my first year as a biology major, and both as a biology major and as a student of Lowell, I think it's going to be a great addition to just walk over this bridge, see the sight of the river, and just have everything connected and have a nice little walk, maybe in my spare time, or just exploring the city.